defense attorney, Vikki Ziegler. In high school, she was cast to be on a new TV show. She got the part, but when she found out she had to have surgery to be on the show, she said no way, and she became a lawyer. That TV show, Baywatch. Vikki, can you run in slow motion for us right now?
Uh-oh, baby. I don't know whether to laugh or cry about it.
All right, up first, Dateline, Home Depot. 4 suspects attempt to shoplift. They're confronted by store workers, and out comes the pepper spray. News junkies, let's go straight to the videotape. Here it is, their surveillance video. We got it from Home Depot. Take a look here now. The suspects will be entering the said premises. Here they go, folks. You see them right there? There they go. Look like a couple ladies, don't they? Walking in to do some shopping there, Vikki?
Yep.
And out they come, and now they're confronted. Now you can see they're confronted right in this area by the store worker, and they're not having any part of it. Although they do get one of them. They capture one of them, and one runs out of the store. And that's when, there she goes. Or is it a she? That's the question, right? Angie, why are they cross-dressing to shoplift batteries?
That's a great question. They walked in like women, and they ran out of there like men. I mean, these people are no joke. It's like he-she's, it's Shearer, and they really were in there fighting. First of all, I can't believe that the employees went after them and held them and attacked them the way they did. It was kind of scary. And how are you going to leave the store and come back with pepper spray? It's
crazy. Check out, they brought her back in, and now they're scuffling here, and they got her up against the, or I keep saying her. I don't think it's a her. I think it's a him. They got him here, and they've already been pepper sprayed a little bit, and you watch them kind of rubbing their eyes. You see that happening there?
Vin.
Jonathan.
I want to hire them as bodyguards.
Look who's coming back in. One of them's coming back in.
It's crazy.
To help his cohort out, Jonathan. I would think, and out comes the keys. What's going on here, Jonathan?
You know,
smacking with the keys?
I really don't know. You know, the bottom line is, I feel bad for the guy who has to tell the story to his boys that night. Like, yeah, man, I got beat up by a man who looked like a woman, who was as strong as a man.
Well, it looks like here that they get away, right?
That's the guy who's in bad shape.
The end of the surveillance tape makes it look like they got away, but as you can see here, police caught up with them. Meet our cross-dressers, Kendall, Edgar, Larry, and David Tucker. Jeffrey Baldwin was also arrested, but he was not dressed as a woman. Is there a moral to this anywhere? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, don't mess with Home Depot employees for sure.
Exactly, they're pretty tough. All right, the news junkies stay where they are. Straight ahead on Prime News. Thousands of grade schoolers getting... A heartless woman body slams an 81-year-old woman, snatches her purse. Unbelievable. The victim fractured and dislocated her shoulder, bruised her eye. She says the mugger made off with several paychecks that were inside her purse. Now, we have hate crimes to protect different members of society. Do we or don't we need a new law that will punish more harshly those who attack our senior citizens? Vikki.
Oh, absolutely. This is a heinous crime. I mean, what kind of coward criminal would push down a woman who can't even protect herself? I think we should definitely throw the book at her, create laws for individuals that can't protect themselves. I mean, it's just like pushing somebody in a wheelchair, God forbid, down the street or down the corridor where they can't even stop. I mean, it's terrible, disgusting, and disgraceful. I hope they get this woman quickly.
Jonathan, do we need new laws to maybe punish people who attack senior citizens more harshly?
Yeah, they do. You know, this is about the same age my dear grandmother would have been had she not passed away. And to think about somebody doing that to my grandmother, that sends me through the roof. And it sounds weird to say this, but I hope that lady gets her butt kicked.
All right, what about this? A single mom says she desperately waited 35 minutes for police as she watched the man walk outside her home, trying to break in through the windows and doors, but the police didn't make it in time. Listen to what the woman and her roommate say happened.
He gets in. I'm screaming. I'm still on 911. He's in the house. Miss Amber, Alabama here grabs the shark vacuum and beats him to the ground and beats him at the door.
He's standing, he's 3/4 of the way in the house, and so I just beat him until I beat him out the door, and it was terrifying.
Angie, what's more unbelievable here? They fought off an intruder with a vacuum cleaner, or that it took police 35 minutes to get there?
I think definitely that they used a vacuum. I was just thinking, I need to get that vacuum. I mean, this is really scary to be home alone. You see someone trying to break in. You're calling for help. They're not coming, Vinny. Come on. But then that shark was a lifesaver. I mean, really, how did that vacuum get this guy to run off? I mean, I'm curious about that. I didn't see that video.
You gotta call that thing Jaws. Jonathan, what's more shocking here, that you can stop an intruder with a vacuum, or that it takes police 35 minutes to respond?
No, well, my mom was a single mom for part of my life, so I know that a single mom can pretty much do anything. So that wasn't shocking to me. At the same time, this is a fact of our new economy. More people out of work means fewer tax dollars, means fewer cops on the streets, which means longer lines. So unfortunately, people are going to have to take a line sometimes when they call 911.
And have that vacuum handy. What about this? Instead of detention or a note home to parents, some Texas schools are handing out misdemeanor tickets to kids as young as 6 for things like disrupting class, using profanity, truancy. Some of these tickets can cost parents up to $500. Is it right or wrong, Vikki, to punish parents' pocketbooks for the conduct of their kids?
This is making states richer. I mean, this is ridiculous. What is a 6-year-old going to learn when his mom and dad have to pay $500 for a ticket because he didn't listen in class? Let's leave disciplinary rules in the school system, and parents have to bring up their children and give them a value system. Why are we going ahead and ticketing young children? This is absurd.
Angie, detention or a $500 misdemeanor ticket?
Give them a fine, baby. You know, I mentor a lot in the schools, and I see what happens, and I see what these parents have to go, and the teachers have to go through, that these parents are not teaching the kids at home. So therefore, you know, these kids get in school and they do what they want to do. I think absolutely slap the parents with a fine, and maybe parents will start to be parents again.
All right. What about this? Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael, sent an open letter to Charlie Sheen warning him to do something before it's too late. Listen to part of the letter as read by one of my producers.
While there is no cure for addiction where there is for other diseases, we can overcome it and control it like Lindsay has. But it's up to you. Just look at the damage you're causing, Charlie, not only to yourself, but to others. There are a lot of people there for you, and it doesn't take a high-end rehab to give you the help you need. But the idea is to do something about it before it's too late.
All right, Jonathan, should Michael Lohan really be writing a letter to Charlie Sheen, or maybe should Emilio Estevez or maybe Martin Sheen write that letter?
Look, I just did a lecture today at Kane University about this exact same thing. Communication has two parts, the content and the context. And the content was good, but the context was all wrong. You don't put somebody on blast. All that does is make them defensive and make them want to continue to do what they're doing. If he really wanted Charlie to change, he should have manned up and called him on the phone. You don't put somebody out there like that.
Angie, do you think Emilio Estevez should have wrote that letter instead?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think it's crazy. This letter is like, what am I supposed to write a letter to anybody, to the president, and ask him why he did this and that? I mean, it's absurd. I mean, try to pick up the phone, reach out to your publicist, and call it a day.
Jonathan Sprinkles, Angie Corley, Vikki Ziegler, great to see you all. Thanks so much.
You got it.
All right, burglars hit the home of an